Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Brittany and I just got back from Mexico City. We are exhausted, but I could not wait to do this video because I promised you guys that I would be showing you an unboxing of the water filter that I just recently bought while I was in Mexico City. Before I do the unboxing though, I wanted to talk to you guys about why I didn't buy a Berkey. A lot of the people on the other video that I put out were mentioning Berkey. Is this one that you purchased better than a Berkey? This one that you purchased is cheaper than a Berkey. That's great. Yes, but to be honest with you, I was going to buy a Berkey. I want to talk to you now about why I did not buy a Berkey. First of all, the customer service when I first reached out to Berkey, they are terrible, at least in my experience, okay? I'm not hating on the company. I'm just telling you my personal experience. If you guys love Berkey, you can go ahead and keep loving it. My experience was that I reached out to the customer service and I said, hey, I need to filter my water. I'm tired of buying water. And I heard you guys were the best. For years, I have thought that Berkey was the best, just like so many people out there. And it's just off of the brand reputation because they've been around for a long, long time and a lot of people have purchased from them. Not only was their customer service horrible, but they also told me that they don't ship to Mexico. So I said, okay, what do I need to do? Find a company that'll buy it for me and ship it here? What do I have to do? In doing my research on Berkey, I ended up finding out that, well, there's a reason why they suck. There's somebody out there suing them. Right now, Berkey, if you go to their website, most of their products are going to be out of stock. They're not just out of stock, but from the information that I've been given, and from the research that I've done, they're out of stock because they're not producing the product. Why are they not producing the product? They're being sued. Why are they being sued? Because of false claims about how well their product works. They're being sued because they are telling people that their product does way more than what it actually is capable of doing. So that's why I did not go with a Berkey. I'm not going to get into the whole reason why they're being sued and all that stuff. There's tons of information out there for you guys that you can check out if you want to know more about why Berkey's being sued and basically why I'm not going with them. Well, I ended up finding the product I spoke to you about in that other video, and that is called Ecofiltro, right? Ecofiltro. This product, it will actually disinfect the water according to the company. Now, I am not a scientist. I am not getting any tests done on the water here. The test that I'll be doing is me physically drinking the water. And if I get sick from the water in Mexico, I'm going to come right on this camera and tell you that this thing doesn't work the way it should. I'm going to tell you. But I actually know people who use this thing over here in Mexico and they drink the tap water and they are perfectly fine. They've been using it for years. So not only did I do my own personal research on this machine, filters the water, figuring out that it sterilizes the water, but I've also spoken to the people who have it and they've told me that it's been fine. Just a quick disclaimer before I do the unboxing on the Ecofiltro. The reason why I didn't build my own filter, because there are videos out there talking about how you can literally build a filter system for your home. The reason I didn't do that is because I'm renting right now. But if I do end up purchasing a home in Mexico in the future, I will be physically building my own filter system for all the water that comes into my Mexican home. I will put it on the roof. That's what I plan on doing in the future. So if you are interested in something like that, because we are hopefully going to be buying a house in Mexico at some point in time, we don't plan on renting forever. If you are interested in that and you want to see me do that, I will also be documenting me doing that in the future. As you guys can like, subscribe, and stay tuned for that video. But let's get into the Ecofiltro, what it's about, and all that. Now, this is probably going to be the second English video on this product that exists because nobody else is doing it. I think the reason why is because a lot of people don't know that Ecofiltro exists. I physically went to their shop. I physically spoke to the people. And they seemed to be very nice. It was really a nice experience doing that. And I would highly recommend as long as this product works good, stay tuned to find out when I actually drink the water from this thing, if I get sick or not. Stay, subscribe to stay on top of that. If this thing works the way it's supposed to work, I'm going to be very, very happy. Now, the first things inside the box are a couple of pieces of paper. You can scan the barcode for instructions. The English instructions, by the way, they don't work. The English website is not up and running yet. If you scan the Spanish instructions, you will get the Spanish instructions. It took a lot of time for me to figure out what it was saying. I'm going to help you guys out here and help you figure out what you should be doing when you open this. They also gave me a code that I can share with you guys. This code will be in the link in the description. It will give you money off. Not only does it give you money off, but I think they give me like a gift card. No clue, because I've never used this thing yet. But I don't know. We'll find out in the future, right? The second thing when you open this box up, keep in mind, you got to be careful with this box. You have to make sure that you're very delicate with it. You don't want to scratch your filter system. This is the top. There's different sizes to the filter systems that Ecofiltro sells. This one is the largest one they make. It's by no means the prettiest. They have a copper one that I think filters about 20 liters at a time or something like that. It is gorgeous. But I wanted to get the 27 liter because I want to always have a ton of water on hand. So I bought the largest size, 27 liters. As you can see, the top for this thing is gigantic. All right? We're going to put this to the side. Very, very happy and excited. I can't wait to drink the water in Mexico and let you guys know if this thing works. Now, the next thing that I'm going to pull out of this box is the actual filter itself. Just like with a Berkey, you have the steel canister that holds the actual filter system. Same thing here. The metal is just holding the filter system. This is the filter system. Let's hope it didn't crack on the way back from Mexico City. Now, if you read the instructions, the Spanish instructions, because they don't have it in English, they're going to tell you not to handle the filter system, this system here, not to handle it until you wash your hands. That's because they don't want you to contaminate what is in this. Let me show you what this looks like. This is the filter. This is made out of clay, colloidal silver, and activated charcoal. They've actually embedded the clay with the activated charcoal and the colloidal silver. Those are the two features of this product that will help to kill bacteria, parasites, and so forth. This you should not have to sterilize because it should do the job already. And then the last part of this is the bin itself. The metal canister. This thing is, again, this is the biggest size they have. 27 liters. It's got a little spout right there. And you put the clay inside of this, okay? The clay sits inside of this big tub. It filters the water, and you just pour the water out. Now you're going to have to elevate this. I'll be elevating this on maybe some stones, some bricks, something like that. So you could put a pot under here, pour your water in for when you're cooking and whatnot. But that's pretty much what this is. Now, the instructions are going to tell you, I'm going to tell you what the instructions say. Now, if you want to be very specific and get very detailed, you can go ahead and read those instructions. But I read them, so I'm going to try to do you a solid if you don't speak Spanish and tell you exactly what those instructions say. Those instructions tell you to clean the metal container with soapy water. Then let it air dry. Clean it with soap and water, and if you want to be extra clean, you can go ahead and soak it in chlorinated water. The thing I love about this is you don't need the chemicals according to the company. And I don't want to deal with the chlorine. I don't want to deal with any chemicals purifying the water. That's the convenience of this, right? And also, the health benefit, hopefully, right? Because who wants to deal with chemicals? The main focus behind this is you don't want to contaminate anything. So they tell you before you do this, wash up to your elbow. So when you're cleaning this thing out, everything stays clean. Does it make sense to me to have to be so sterile and so clean? It doesn't really make sense to me because you're literally pouring dirty water into the clay pot, which is supposed to sterilize your water. But for some reason, they tell you to be clean when you're doing this, so whatever. The next thing they tell you to do is they tell you to clean the clay. How do you clean the clay? They tell you to take purified water, already cleaned water, and clean the clay gently with that water. You're not supposed to use soap or any chemicals on the clay. The clay will soak up those chemicals and now you will be drinking the chemical, right? You only use soap or any other cleaning solution on the metal or the whatever canister you purchased. With the clay, just water. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be using purified water to clean this thing. Why? Because I don't have any. That was the whole reason I bought this in the first place. I don't have purified water. Hopefully, if this thing does its job correctly, there's not going to be a problem. I don't understand why you can't use dirty water to clean this when this thing's literally supposed to be cleaning the water. Anyway, you guys do what you want to do. If you're going to use purified water, use purified water. That's what the instructions tell you to do. Anyway, you're going to gently clean this. Now, there's also instructions on maintenance. Every so often, you can go ahead and clean this thing using a soft brush, never using chemicals in the clay, and you clean this thing in the same way. You could use the soap. But you'll use a soft bristle brush, wipe this thing down with clean water. They always tell you clean water. Again, I'm making my own decision to not use clean water because I don't have clean water at my disposal. I have Mexico's water. So that's my choice, and you guys make your own decisions. So anyway, that's the unboxing. And the next time you see me, you're gonna see me using this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm very excited, I'm gonna go clean this thing up. I will be using it in front of the camera for you guys, letting you know what it tastes like and all that cool stuff. Hey everybody, I told you in this video that I'd be drinking the water, so I just want you to check out the setup here. This is the phone that we had originally set up. I hooked up cleaned this thing out a little bit, hooked this thing up with some water, check it out. Throw the water in there, this clay pot soaks it up, and you can actually hear it dripping slowly into the canister. The filter itself holds 10 liters, while the rest of it holds 17 liters. That's the full 27 that they advertise. I'm going to drink some for you right now, give you an idea of what it tastes like and all that stuff. And it's actually not too bad. It's been filtering our water pretty quickly, I have to say. And as I filter it, what I do is I'll be filling up the phone completely once this is done. So this holds about 20 liters. I'll fill that up and then I'll dump that into here and just continue the process over time so that we always have plenty of water. Check out how this thing tastes. Now, I've actually been drinking this for about 2 days. This is not the same day that you saw the video from just before. This is a completely separate day, and I've been drinking this water for about 2 days, and not only do I like the way it tastes, but I feel perfectly fine, and I'm drinking the tap water in Mexico. The company lets you know that over the first period of 5 days that you own this product, the water might taste a little earthy, and it definitely does for me. Now, if you take a look in the water, it's perfectly clear. There's no dark water in there. The little specks you see there, that's just from a previous drink that I had. That's not from the water. But the water itself, the color, it's perfectly clear. It's not brown, but it can, depending on the water that you're putting in this, have like a slight shade of brown, something along those lines, according to the company. And that will go away over a period of 5 days. It does taste earthy. There's a very distinct flavor of earth or clay. That's what it kind of tastes like. But I actually love the way it tastes. And when that goes away, I'm going to be pretty upset. But it's only been the second day, so we have plenty of time for it to still go away. And I'll do an update video on how it tastes after that taste completely goes away. But honestly, I love it. And this is the best tap water that I've ever tasted. It has a very powerful, robust flavor that tastes delicious, and I'm very shocked that it tastes so good. I am shocked because I've used some extremely expensive water systems in the past, thousands of dollars of water systems in the past. Meanwhile, this tastes better than any of those other water systems that I've ever used. And we'll take a look in the future at what this tastes like and see if I'm sick then or still healthy. Talk to you guys later.